Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach who has lost and maintained a 140-pound weight loss. And it is Friday. It is weigh-in day. It is update day. I've got a lot to share with you. It is the Friday before I officially start my 10-week cut. So if you're excited, give this video a big, huge thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, your bell notification is turned on because I do a weigh-in update video every Friday. Down in the description box, I will have nutrition coaching. Highly recommend those personalized macros and calories. That is what I have followed to lose and maintain a 140-pound weight loss. That is also what I'm following for my upcoming cut. I also offer one-on-one coaching for questions, accountability, or to talk with me directly. Links and discounts to my favorite things and my free Facebook group, come join us. We would love to have you, are all down below for you. So let's jump in to my weigh-in, some updates, and a sneak peek at what's happening for the next 10 weeks. Happy Friday, friends. I hope you had an amazing, amazing week. I had a good week. I had a very, very busy week, but I had a good week. I have a lot of updates for you and obviously this week's weigh-in. But first, let's jump right into Lola because a lot of you have been anxiously awaiting Lola's blood work and urine sample test from last week. They actually called me on Friday afternoon and gave me the results of her urine test and her blood test. So a little bit of back history is Lola, my 12-and-a-half-year-old dog, has lymphoma cancer. She also has kidney disease. And a couple of months ago when they did her blood work at the oncologist, her creatinine levels, which is the level in your kidney that's concerning, was very high. It was the high end of stage 3 kidney disease, and there are only 4 stages in kidney disease, and that is the high end of stage 3. So my goal over the last couple of months has been to stabilize the creatinine in her kidneys as well as all of the other kidney values so that her kidney disease doesn't worsen. Now there's no cure for kidney disease, but you can stabilize it and manage it. And that has been our goal. So I took Lola in last Monday, not this Monday, but the Monday before, for blood work, and I also brought in a urine sample. So first let's talk about the urine sample. So when they tested that, there was quite a bit of white blood cells in her urine. Now we don't know what was causing those white blood cells, whether she has some type of infection or UTI, or maybe she was a little bit dehydrated. We aren't sure what caused those extra white blood cells in her urine. So this week I stopped by the vet and got another sample kit, and was able to catch a urine sample from Lola. And I like to do that first thing in the morning, like the first time I take her out to go to the bathroom. And I'm going to be bringing that in and we're going to retest her urine to see if those white blood cells are still there. If they are, then we're going to do a sample culture of those to figure out why they're there. Now there's no immediate concern of that unless there's some type of infection that we need to treat with some type of antibiotic. So that's the main reason for retesting her urine. And her blood work results were actually really, really good, you guys. I was so stressed out about her blood work, just waiting for the results, just anticipating the worst, because I've been in anticipatory grief for years now since she was diagnosed with lymphoma. And the fact that her creatinine and her kidney disease had progressed was really scary. And when she called me with her results, we actually had fantastic news. So her creatinine level a couple of months ago was 4.7. Her creatinine level with this particular set of blood work was 3.6. So it had drastically went down. Now don't get me wrong, that is still stage 3 kidney disease, but the good news is it is stable and decreasing rather than increasing. Now that could be the result of medication. It can be the result of the changes in her diet. We don't know what led to those lower numbers, but we are so grateful to see those lower numbers. Also, her phosphorus had stabilized. Her phosphorus levels were high last time. Now they are completely normal. Now you know that she takes phosphorus blockers twice a day. She actually takes 10 pills every single day for most days, if I can get them in her. And I don't know if the results from her phosphorus stabilizing is because of the medication or again because her kidney levels in general have improved. So all of her blood work showed improvement in her kidney levels, which is exactly what we were hoping for. Now she still has kidney disease, she's still in stage 3, but we aren't progressing, we are stabilizing, which is the best news ever. You don't even know how relieved I was. Like, it felt like 1,000 pounds of weight was off my shoulders when she gave me the blood test results. Now, we still have to do everything we're doing She still needs the phosphorus blocker. She still needs all her medication. We still need to watch her protein, the fat. We don't know what's causing the white blood cells in her urine. We're still monitoring her lymph nodes for lymphoma. She still has a cyst on her neck. Listen, we've got a lot to monitor. We are not out of the woods. In fact, most likely we will never be out of the woods. This is going to be my life, Lola'S life, Troy's life, our family's life for the next however long. But I was so relieved that those results were improved. I mean, I could cry right now just thinking about it. Anything I can do for Lola to give her a quality of life, a long life, to keep her with me, I am more than willing to do. So I was very thankful for that. Once we get the results back from the second urine test, I will let you know what those results were. I also shared on Wednesdays what I eat in a day that Lola's eye was pretty red. So they gave us some eye drops. That has definitely improved. Her eyes are still a little bit red, but it's definitely improved with the eye medic drop. So that was also a big relief. So at this point, Lola sees her oncologist again here in the next about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks for her monthly checkup. We will check her lymph nodes and things then. To her regular vet, her lymph nodes feel great. She's not an oncologist, so Lola will follow up with her oncologist here in a couple of weeks. I'll obviously update you guys with the results of that. The little cyst she has on her neck, in my opinion, is the same. It hasn't grown, it hasn't went away. If needed, I will definitely aspirate that. I'm gonna see what her oncologist says when I bring her in a couple of weeks. The last time she looked at it, she said, I'm not concerned. I'm 99.99% sure it's just a cyst that I'm not concerned about, but we'll watch it. So we'll see what she suggests on the next visit. But Lola news is good news, and my mama heart is very, very grateful for that. Palmer is doing fantastic. Troy's doing really well. His knee that I mentioned last week, that wound on the back of his knee, it's still a little bit red and irritated. I don't think it's infected, but it's a little bit red and irritated. So Troy's been taking extra good care of that. He's still covering it up with a Band-Aid because, like I mentioned, it was still kind of open and seeping, and we don't want there to become an infection. He said that it's not warm or anything to the touch, so he is monitoring that. His neck looks really good. His other back of his knee looks really good. He definitely feels the effects of that surgery as far as blood flow goes, so that's been a big improvement for him. I'm really grateful that he's doing well. Palmer's doing well. Actually, our whole family's doing well, and I'm so incredibly thankful for that. I also mentioned that my monthly cycle had not started on time. I was actually 5 days late, and my cycle was not good. It was not a good time. I actually started my cycle when I was pretty miserable about the first 3.5 days. I mean, miserable. I find that when I'm late like that the symptoms are so much worse. I was just uncomfortable and crampy and irritable and all the things. And now my cycle is almost done. I mean, I'm at the very, very tail end of it. We'll have to see what happens next month. It's just welcome to perimenopause. It is not consistent. Although my cycle's been very consistent since I was 18 days late last time, I was 5 days late this month. So we'll see what happens. I'm glad I'm at the tail end of it, not gonna lie. I think that also contributed to that little bit of spike on the scale last week because I was late and my body was preparing to do its thing for the month. I also officially start my cut on Sunday. You guys, I'm so excited about it. I know that sounds weird. It sounds weird to be excited about going into a caloric deficit for 10 weeks, but I am just anxious to see what my body can do. Now, you will see a video on Sunday, the day I start my cut, this coming up Sunday, all about it. Details, pictures, measurements, calories, macros, everything that I'm doing for the next 10 weeks. So I'm not going to go into detail here. Make sure you're subscribed and your bell's on because a full video is coming out this Sunday for you. And obviously, I'll take you guys along with me throughout the cut. I'll give you updates in the Friday weigh-in videos. You're gonna see my weigh-in. We'll do all the things in relation to the cut, but it officially starts on Sunday. My workouts have been great. We actually were outside this entire week, which was fine at the beginning of the week, but towards the end of the week, it rained a couple days and the mosquitoes were out. There's voting going on at our indoor facility that we've been working out at, so we had to be outside, which I actually prefer to work out outside of mosquito season. So we'll be back to our indoor facility on Wednesday of this next week. We'll be outdoors again on Monday, again due to voting taking place at the facility. But I got my workouts in. My food's been pretty darn good, to be honest with you. I do plan on having a treat meal tomorrow, Saturday, as always, and then my cut will start on Sunday. So speaking of cut, let's talk a little bit about my weigh-in. Now, I felt real crummy the first few days of my late cycle. I didn't even get on the scale. Now, I got on the scale on day 4 and my weight was pretty much the same. I hadn't gained weight. I hadn't lost weight. I was still up that little bit on the scale from last week. But like I said, by the time I weighed in this morning, I'm pretty much done with my monthly cycle and I was down 0.4 pounds this morning. So I actually lost most of what I gained or that fluctuation last week. Now I'm still up 0.2 pounds, which is completely fine with me. I am still going through my monthly cycle, so I am okay with that. So I'm officially down 0.4 pounds for the week. I will go ahead and pop up here on the screen that 0.4 pound loss, my current weight, as well as how much weight I have lost total. I am going to be weighing myself again Sunday morning and checking in with my coach Kayleen for my cut. So that will actually be my cut starting period. I'm taking pictures, measurements, and my weight first thing Sunday morning. And again, stay tuned for that video on Sunday. You know, how was your week? Did you gain? Did you lose? Are you going to be doing the cut along with me? Fill me in on everything going in down below. And if you enjoyed another weigh-in update video, give it a big, huge thumbs up. Subscribe, turn your bell on. You're not going to want to miss the next 10-week cut. And I have a massive grocery haul coming your way tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Happy Friday, and I'll see you in tomorrow's grocery haul.